Hey guys, so as you can see from the title, this is going to be a foundation tutorial. The purpose for me doing this is because I have extremely dry skin and there aren't many videos, if any at all, of foundation tutorials for people with dry skin. When I say my skin is dry, I mean I have extremely dry skin. I have some areas that are drier than others, but for the most part my entire face is dry. I have no oily splotches or anything like that. I'm just straight dry. And so because there are not a lot of videos, if any at all, out there, I'm really trying to help out my fellow females with a dry skin foundation tutorial. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. Just give you a couple of tips, for the people with dry skin. And, the most important part of this tutorial is the type of foundation that I use, because it is the best foundation ever for people with dry skin. It's my holy grail. I am never changing unless my genetic structure wants to change and make my skin all of a sudden oily. I am never ever going to change my foundation again. Every item that I'm going to mention in the video is essential for helping to get that flawless face without looking cakey or dry, for being able to have that really flawless face for someone with dry skin as far as makeup is concerned. I'll give you a couple of tips on what I use to wash my face, which really isn't much. The one thing that I will say, when you have dry skin and very dry to very dry skin, exfoliation is essential. Usually people with normal or oily skin, you need to exfoliate maybe every 4th or 5th day. People with dry skin, they need to exfoliate every other day, and it's because your face has so many dead skin cells that are just flaking off of it, and so you really want to help your skin along by exfoliating to get rid of the dead skin cells. And that's part of the reason why you may notice that when you apply your foundation, it just looks dull and dry and flaky and all that stuff, because dead skin cells. And that's why our skin is so dry, because we're always dealing with dead skin cells. So definitely want to make sure you exfoliate. Whether you have acne prone skin or not is really up to you. What kind of moisturizers you want to use, what kind of face cleansers you want to use, but the most important thing is you want to exfoliate. That being said, I want to let you guys know about the moisturizers that I use, because I really believe that they are the best moisturizers as far as they will work well with your skin and not break you out or anything. I think that they're the best moisturizers for people with dry skin. They are a bit pricey, I know, but I mean, I've searched high and low. I've used all kind of different brands of moisturizers, and the best ones that I've found are the ones that I use currently. So what I actually do is I combine 2 moisturizers in one. I use M.A.C Complete Comfort Cream, which is a really nice, it's just so silky and smooth. It makes your face feel amazing. But I also use Clinique's Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. This is for very dry to dry combination skin. What I do is I combine equal parts of these, mix it up in my hand, moisturize my face. You can just use this by itself, but I really like this. This is just, it's the most amazing. It makes your skin feel like velvet. It's amazing. Now this bad guy is $32 and this is $25, so it's pretty pricey skin regimen. It's really up to you. What I really suggest is at the very least get this, because this is really the best for dry skin. I haven't found anything that really would help out with dry skin much more, but you do need to use it religiously, because over time it's supposed to also help with your skin as well. So these are the 2 things that I use for moisturizing my face religiously. I already have it on, and that's just to let you guys know some of the products that I use for dry skin, because I tried them all. That stuff works. Now, one thing about dry skin is it also affects your eyes. It can create puffiness. It can create like wrinkling and stuff like that, which may look just like, it's just more like creasing and stuff. I have a lot of creasing going on my eyelid and under my eye, and it drives me crazy. And a big part of that is just lack of moisture. So I use an eye cream to kind of help balance that out. The eye cream that I use is Oil Hendrickson. This is from Sephora. I don't believe you can get it from any place else. I guess maybe from the website of this brand itself. But this is actually $40, so it's pretty expensive. But I really think that it's important because, you know, if the $8 eye cream from Walmart would work, then it wouldn't be $8, you know what I mean? Sometimes it is about price, weirdly enough, but this is the eye cream that I use, and this stuff works great. It's a gel, actually. It's awesome, so awesome. So I apply the moisturizer, and then I apply the eye cream. Next step is primers. So the primer that I use is Benefit's Professional. It's really more to help fill in pores and stuff like that, which I have plenty of. Like right here in this area, I have huge pores. They're atrocious. It's just ugh. And but this stuff, for some reason, also helps my foundation to stay longer, and it kind of just, I don't know, it just makes it all better. So what I do is I went through this already, but I'm actually gonna purchase the full size as soon as I'm done with this. But this thing has lasted me a pretty decent amount of time. I apply this only to this area over here and up here, and I've already applied this right now, but this, I will never use another primer again. See, primers are more for people with oily skin to kind of help mattify their skin. There are only few primers here and there that are really designated for people with dry skin, and other than that, primers are not really meant for people with dry skin. They're really meant for people with oily skin, quite frankly. You know, but that's why I use this, because this is really more for pores, because I have huge pores, but for some reason it also does help to maintain the foundation. So that being said, moving on to foundation. The foundation that I use is M.A.C Studio Sculpt foundation. And what I actually do is I use NC 15 and NC 20. I mix them together. This is too yellow, this is too light. So mixing them together gives me the perfect color combination. This stuff is a gel-based foundation, and what it does is it gives you this really nice glossy glow. And you can, you know, you can work with that, because even though it gives you this, you know, crazy sheen on your face, you can easily just set your face to whatever your desired setting is, so that you can, you know, just give yourself like a nice sheen, or if you really want that glossy look and stuff like that. And that's what I like about this foundation. But this foundation, I will never, ever change again. Unless, like I said, like my face or my DNA structure changes in some way and my face all of a sudden is like oily instead. I swear to God, this foundation is amazing. It is so perfect for dry skin. It's not even funny. It just gives the most voluminous, glossy finish. It's just phenomenal. So that being said, I've already applied some on my palette right here, and I already spot treated with my concealer. And the concealer that I use to, you know, spot treat is Studio Finish and NC 20. When you're spot treating on your face, of course you want to get the concealer that matches your skin complexion exactly and matches the foundation that you're using. You don't have to like get the same brand concealer. What I just mean by matching is color wise. So you always want to use the same color that you use for your foundation and for your face for your spot correcting, and then the concealer that you use for your under eyes, you want to use like one step down lighter. And just to give you an example, as far as M.A.C is concerned, I am an NC 20, NC 15. So the concealer that I would use for my under eye would be NW 15, because you want to use a lighter concealer, and you also want to use NW if you're an NC, because NC is just NC is yellow based and NW is warm based. It's like red or orange, or you know, that kind of thing. So if you're using this, then this will cancel out the dark circles under your eye better. So this is the concealer, by the way, that I'm going to be using under my eye. This is Select this is Select Cover Up. So the way that I apply my foundation is with a stippling brush. The brush that I use is Sigma's Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki F80, and I use this brush religiously. This is the best way to apply foundation in my opinion. A lot of people, they like to use, you know, this brush. I don't understand. Your face is not a canvas. Your face is a face. You don't need to paint on your face. This is the best thing to use to get an airbrushed finish. You stipple it on and then you buff it in. And that's the best way to get a nice even coverage, a nice flawless finish. I actually just bought the Real Techniques stippling brush today. So I'm going to use this today. I've never used this before. I don't know how big of a difference it's going to be from this, but clearly you can see there are some differences. This one is less dense and a little smaller, but I'm sure it'll work out just fine. So before I do that though, I did color correct. My cheeks, they get red very easily, and so I like to color correct. This is a hard candy color corrector. This is actually the first time that I'm using this. If I don't like it, I'm going to get the Makeup Forever one or the Graftobian one maybe. But I'm going to use the green shade to color correct on my cheek. Green, you can look at a color wheel online, but the green should cancel out red. So, face is fully prepped, ready to apply foundation. So I'm going to take the stippling brush and I'm going to kind of go like this a little bit, get some on the brush. I'm gonna speed through this so you guys can see the entirety of me applying the foundation, just so that you can see how it's supposed to work out and stuff like that. And as soon as I'm done applying it, I'll be right back with you guys. So all done, and I know that that was a lot of foundation, but I like really full coverage, and as you can see, my face is super glossy, super shiny, and super covered. And so looking around right now, I don't really feel like I need to spot conceal anything else. So what I'm gonna do is move on to the under eye concealing. The way that I like to do it, I like to get a little bit of my concealer on my palette. That's good. It might be too much, it might not be. It really depends. And I like to start off with this concealer brush. This is from Bare Essentials. I get some on the tip, and then I start a little under my eye, and I just start patting. And then as I pat, I just work my way up. And if I've already done my eyeshadow, which more than likely I have, because I usually always do my eyeshadow before I do my foundation, I stop right there, and then I just kind of start working back down. And then I take a brush like this. This is just some no-name fluffy blending brush, and then I just blend it in. I kind of blend and kind of stipple at the same time. And as you can see, now this eye is covered. So what I do one eye at a time, so that the concealer doesn't set in the crease before I can set the concealer. And I set the concealer with Select Sheer Loose Powder from M.A.C. This is an NC5, but it's really kind of just so sheer. And I actually, I get a lot because my eyes crease so much. And I just really want to make sure that my concealer doesn't crease. But even though I've put a lot on, it actually doesn't cake up or anything at all, surprisingly, because I hate cakey foundation. And then I kind of, when I first took it in, I kind of just like stippled it on, and then I just blended it out. And I don't know if you can see very well. Maybe I could kind of, as you can see, it's not cakey, but my eye is creasy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to conceal the other eye, since you already told me to do this one, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so most of the concealer was used, and I'm done with the palette. So at this point, what you want to do is you want to set the rest of your face. With this particular foundation, I highly recommend setting your face at least minimally, because of the type of foundation that it is and what it's meant for. It's meant for dry skin, so it's meant to hydrate and stuff like that. The foundation never truly dries completely because it, you know, it's there to give your face that glossy look, and so because of that, it moves around very easily. It also kind of, you know, you can just touch it and it's gonna come off on your finger because it just doesn't dry. That's the point of the foundation. It's meant to give you that nice glossy finish. And as you can see, my face looks super shiny. So what you can do so that you don't give, you know, you don't completely matte down your face and you retain some of that shininess without your foundation moving all day, you can set it with a mineralized skin finish. This is MSF Natural and Light. And this is very light, it's very airy, it's not heavy at all, so it's not really going to, it's not going to make your face look super matte or anything like that. So what I like to do is I take a big fluffy brush, I take the MAC 134, and I get both sides of it with some of the powder. And then I just lightly tap it over my face. So I've already set under my eyes, so I don't really need to worry about that because it's got enough powder under there. And you really just want to tap this all over. Now, because again this foundation moves so much, you really don't want to like buff it in. You just really want to tap it, because if not, you'll move the foundation all over the place. And so as you can see, my face is still a little shiny, but now it's also set, so it won't move so much. So guys, that's it for my foundation routine tutorial for dry skin, especially because that's the whole reason why I did this. What I'll do is I'll zoom in so you could see my face. Of course, you're still going to see some of my freckles because I can never cover those up fully. So my face still looks a bit luminous, but it doesn't look completely matte. It's not super dry looking or anything like that. So I hope that you guys found this routine helpful, especially you guys with dry skin, or if you have semi-dry skin or anything like that. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use or any suggestions, you know, further about, you know, the fact that you may have dry skin and you're looking for more information about dealing with your dry skin and makeup and things of that nature, please don't hesitate to send me a message, ask me a question, and also to subscribe. If you guys want to see this tutorial, then just, you know, head a video back so that you can see me finish off the rest of this look and also to see how I got this awesome spring eye tutorial. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.